Every morning, you drag yourself out of bed feeling like you slept on a concrete slab. Your back is locked. Your hips won't move right. Your neck feels like it's been bolted on wrong overnight. You blame your age. You blame your mattress. You tell yourself it'll loosen up eventually, but here's the truth. Most people are getting this completely wrong. Morning stiffness isn't just something that happens to you. It's something your own biology is doing to you on a schedule every single night. And once you understand exactly why, fixing it becomes a lot simpler than you think. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because by the end of this, you'll know the real science behind why you wake up stiff, and you'll have a clear plan to start waking up looser, easier, and pain-free. Let's start with what's actually happening inside your body while you sleep. For 6 to 8 hours every night, you're essentially still, and your joints hate that. Inside every joint you have, there's a gel-like liquid called synovial fluid. Think of it as the oil in an engine. When you're moving around during the day, that fluid stays warm, thin, and flowing, keeping your joints lubricated and comfortable. But the moment you stop moving, that fluid starts to thicken. It gets viscous. It stops doing its job. After hours of lying still, your joints are essentially running dry. And it doesn't stop there. Your spinal discs, the cushions between each vertebra in your back, actually absorb fluid while you sleep. They swell, which sounds helpful, but it actually makes your spine stiffer and more compressed when you first try to move. In fact, this is why you can be up to 1 to 2 centimeters taller first thing in the morning. Your spine is literally puffed up with fluid overnight. But here's the part that surprises most people. This isn't just about being still. Your body has an internal clock, a circadian rhythm, and it controls a lot more than just when you feel sleepy. It also controls inflammation. And here's where things get fascinating. During sleep, your body's clock actively suppresses anti-inflammatory compounds. Cortisol, your body's natural inflammation fighter, sometimes called your body's natural ibuprofen, drops to its lowest point in the early morning hours, right around 4 to 6 a.m. At the same time, pro-inflammatory chemicals called cytokines, specifically IL-6 and TNF-alpha, are quietly surging. They peak in the early hours of the morning. Scientists have found that these cycles are driven by clock genes inside your joint tissue itself, so you wake up at exactly the wrong biological moment. Inflammation is at its highest. Your natural anti-inflammation response hasn't kicked back in yet, and your joints have been sitting still and drying out for hours. That's the triple hit, and it happens to everyone every single night. For most healthy people, this resolves in under 30 minutes once you start moving. Movement restarts the synovial fluid circulation, warms the joints back up, and cortisol begins to climb. But if your stiffness lasts longer than 60 minutes, especially if it comes with swelling, redness, or heat in the joints, that's a signal worth taking seriously. Conditions like rheumatoid arthritis can disrupt the circadian system so severely that inflammatory levels spike 10 times higher than normal. If that sounds like you, see a doctor. Don't wait. Now let's talk about the things you're doing, probably without realizing it, that are making all of this worse. The biggest one? How you sleep. Sleep position might be the most underrated factor in morning stiffness, and one position is dramatically worse than the others. Stomach sleeping. If you sleep on your stomach, here's what's happening to your body all night long. Your neck is forced into a rotation of up to 90 degrees, held there for hours. Your lower back is hyperextended, flattening its natural curve. Your discs are under uneven, sustained pressure, and your hip rotators are twisted. By morning, your neck, your lower back, and your hips are all screaming. And you've done this to yourself while unconscious. Side sleeping and back sleeping are far better, but only if you do them right. If you sleep on your side without a pillow between your knees, your top hip collapses inward. Your pelvis rotates. Your spine twists. Over 8 hours, that adds up. If you sleep on your back without support under your knees, your lower back is slightly arched all night, creating a slow, sustained strain. The fix for side sleeping: a pillow between your knees and ideally a rolled towel or small support under the gap between your ribs and hips to keep your spine truly aligned. The fix for back sleeping: a pillow under your knees, not your back. This restores the natural lumbar curve and takes pressure off your lower spine. Small changes, real difference. Now here's one most people miss entirely. You're waking up dehydrated. Every night you lose water through breathing and sweat. After 8 hours, your body is running low, and that directly affects your joints. Synovial fluid needs hydration to maintain its consistency. Dehydrated joints are stiffer joints. Your muscles also need hydration to function and relax properly. When you're dehydrated, muscles are more prone to cramps and soreness. One of the simplest things you can do is drink 1 to 2 glasses of water before you do anything else in the morning. Before the coffee, before the phone. Water first. The science on this is consistent across multiple physical therapy sources. Hydration is a foundational step that most stiffness sufferers completely skip. Here's where things change for the better. Now you know what's happening. The thickening synovial fluid, the inflammatory surge, the positional damage. So what do you actually do about it? The answer is almost embarrassingly simple, but most people either skip it or do it wrong. Move before you get up. Don't launch yourself out of bed. While you're still lying there, spend 2 to 3 minutes doing what physical therapists call bed exercises. Pull one knee gently to your chest, hold it for 10 to 15 seconds, then switch. Then do a slow spinal rotation, knees bent, dropping them gently to one side, holding for 20 seconds each. These movements tell your synovial fluid to start flowing again. They begin to decompress those swollen discs. They ease your nervous system from its deep sleep state back to an active, mobile state. You're essentially warming up the engine before you drive it. This next part surprises a lot of people. You should also avoid certain stretches first thing in the morning. Deep hamstring stretches, aggressive twists, or any high-intensity mobility work. Save those for later in the day. In the morning, your discs are at their most hydrated and most vulnerable. Aggressive movement too early can actually create more strain. Gentle is the goal. Once you're up, the cat-cow stretch on all fours, 8 to 10 slow repetitions, is one of the best moves you can do for your spine. Follow it with child's pose for 30 seconds and a half-kneeling hip flexor stretch, 20 to 30 seconds per side. Then take a warm shower. Heat is not optional, it's strategic. Heat increases blood flow, thins the synovial fluid back to its working consistency, and loosens muscle fascia that has adhered overnight. A warm shower combined with gentle stretching is one of the most evidence-supported morning routines you can build. And this matters more than you think. Your daytime habits are either protecting you or punishing you by morning. A sedentary day means your joints go long stretches without lubrication. Sitting for hours shortens your hip flexors, tightens your lower back, and makes the overnight stiffening process even worse. Low-impact daily movement, even a short walk, swimming, or yoga, keeps your joints regularly lubricated and your baseline inflammation lower. Your diet plays a role too. Foods high in processed sugar, trans fats, and refined carbohydrates drive up inflammatory cytokines, the same ones already surging while you sleep. An anti-inflammatory diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vegetables, and fruits works with your circadian biology, not against it. And your mattress. If it's more than 7 to 10 years old, it's working against you. A medium-firm mattress is generally the best evidence-based recommendation for spinal support. If you're waking up stiffer than you went to bed and your mattress has seen better days, that's worth addressing. Here's the one insight worth writing down. Morning stiffness isn't a sign that you're broken. It's your body's biology operating exactly as designed. Overnight inflammation cycles and joint fluid changes are normal. What turns a manageable 15-minute transition into an hour of suffering is the combination of poor sleep position, dehydration, a sedentary lifestyle, and no morning movement routine. None of those are permanent. All of them are fixable. The simplest version of the fix: get your sleep position right tonight, drink water when you wake up tomorrow, and do 5 minutes of gentle movement before you stand up. That's it. That's where you start. If you want to go deeper, address your mattress, your daytime activity, your diet, your evening hydration. Every one of those changes stacks on top of each other. And if your stiffness has lasted more than an hour consistently, comes with swelling, or arrived suddenly and severely, get it checked by a doctor. Early intervention for inflammatory arthritis makes a measurable difference in outcomes. Don't dismiss it. If this helped you understand something that's been bothering you for years, subscribe. Every week, this channel breaks down the real science behind common health problems and gives you practical, evidence-based fixes you can use today. Your mornings don't have to start in pain. Now you know exactly why they have been and exactly what to do about it.